About your quarterback, because your defense, man, it's nasty and we know it. But in C.J. Stroud, you've got a guy who's been through this a number of times. And how have you seen him grow and embrace being the leader of the offensive side of the ball?
Yeah, he's calm and trusting your preparation, and he's ready for this moment.
D'Amico, this is Ryan Clark. First of all, thank you for always being so good to us, so kind. I want to ask you questions about your defense. You've already coached in two.
As the front gets so much attention for you guys in Houston, the back end gets so much attention. But you as a player, what have you embarked on these guys that have your linebackers so aggressive, able to take on blocks? I love watching them play.
Yeah, Jason, that's the thing, man. They have to be smart, right? That's the first thing with linebackers. I want them to key and diagnose.
Because, man, I'm going to go back a little bit. Early in the season, you guys dealt with injuries. You had CJ in and out. You 0-3 start. And, man, the one thing I've admired about you, even on the sideline, it never changes. Your focus never changes. Where does that come from?
A few moments in advance of this game to share it with us, your thoughts. We are grateful. All the best tonight and beyond if it were to come to that. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
Yes,
Have
sir.
a good one, man.
It's a leader of men right there.
That was so dope.
Really cool.
Come down to Aaron Rodgers against this great Texans defense.
Yeah, I agree, E. I talked to Arthur Smith. He's very excited to get DK Metcalf back. Aaron was very sharp last week, but now that's going to open up more shot plays downfield.
Yeah, definitely. And Pate, I also talked to someone, Texans defensive coordinator.
As we know and as we've described, been difficult to come by of late. A loss tonight would tie the longest losing streak by any head coach in the NFL postseason history. That distinction currently held by Marvin Lewis, who lost all 7 of the playoff games that he coached. 3 others, including Jim Mora, tied with Tomlin. I should point out as well, Coach Tomlin now passes the legend here, Chuck Noll, with the most Is tonight's outcome going to determine the future of perhaps both the coach and the quarterback here in Pittsburgh?
Hard to imagine that, Scott, but it could impact the timing of it, just like Tomlin in any recent season. We heard Steelers fans chanting for his firing earlier this year. It doesn't seem like he's inclined to leave right now. He's got a year left on his contract. The Steelers have to make a decision for this to be his last season. Now, he's had enough fun and enjoyment this season that he left open the option recently that he could come back for another season. Obviously, you want to know that Mike Tomlin is back first. The Steelers would have to look at the quarterback situation.
Drifted wide right last week. We'll see if they can earn 60 more. And we've talked so much, gentlemen, about this Houston defense with good reason. Second in scoring, first in total defense. But Swag, if we take a look at the Pittsburgh side of the ball, led by that guy and their ability, I think so much conversation about the Houston defense, but great to point out that and the fact that Stroud has got some experience here. When we had our talk on the phone last Thursday, I said, let's make sure we mention Nico Collins.
Absolutely.
I don't know that we've done that. I just did. I want to make sure we mention it. Absolutely. Because DK Metcalf is a physical freak and a 50-50 ball winner. Yeah. So is Nico Collins.
Absolutely is.
And that, you, man, this energy almost got to me. And then I remembered the Neil Hunter and Will Anderson. So I'm going to go to Houston, Texas, man. If C.J. Stroud in this offense could protect up the middle of the line of scrimmage, I think this team got a really good chance to win, and I think they do.
Perfect. We get ready for Aaron Rodgers making his first playoff start since 2021 when he was a Green Bay Packer. C.J. Stroud, 3 years in the National Football League, 3 times in the playoffs. He is getting set to go. We are glad you're with. Started 0-3, then 3-5. They go on to win 12 games. They're in the playoffs again. C.J. Stroud has to do his part, but man, this defense has been cooking this season.
Yeah, usually when you come into these games, you talk.
This is the last 2 seasons that you can use tonight.
Yeah, every play matters. You know, it's going to be ups and downs and flows of the game. But, you know, just focus every play, you know, wins the game. But it doesn't just take one play, it takes all of them. So just want to know every play is my mindset and our team's mindset.
This week, and Mike Tomlin said the time off may be a positive because DK looks fresh and says his body feels good, a rarity really at this time of year. As for tonight's matchup against All-Pro corner Derek Stingley Jr., DK said when it's good on good, it comes down to physicality. Coming off.
Amy Fairbairn will kick it away with Kenneth Gainwell and Jalen Warren. Their running back tandem waiting for it. It's Warren who hauls it in the end zone, and out it will come. Season for Aaron Rodgers. Missed a game with a fracture in his left wrist. He's making his 22nd Career playoff starter, record of 11-10. And obviously his first with the Steelers, and off we go. Of 10. And it's a quick first down for the Steelers. Take a look at their offensive line up front. They've got Dylan Cook making his 5th straight start. Former free agent that was added and basically 4th on the depth chart. Their backs and receivers. Fryer move. Quick throw. Ball comes out quick with Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. DK Metcalf out across the 45. Got a good block from Ben Skoranek and gets 17.
Possible. No surprise here tonight against this defense in the edge rush that Houston employs, and get the ball right out quickly to DK Metcalf, and this is where he's a challenge. He's their deep.
58. Happy to have him back. Now back to the ground. Warren bends it back again, and this time he is knocked down after a gain of 2. Derek Stingley Jr., their outstanding corner and an all-pro, came down to make.
We've seen Pittsburgh. They've substituted a lot of different personnel packages, but this is a Houston defense that's unaffected by it. They play 5 defensive backs more than anybody in football.
Again with Warren. He's to midfield, and that is it against this top-ranked defense. 3rd down. And now a player is down for Houston and needs some attention before a 3rd down and 7 play as Arthur Smith goes through the call sheet. That is Jalen Reed, who they just got back off IR.
Played in 3 games throughout this season, and as you mentioned, Joe, they brought him in off IR, hoping that he could help solidify that other safety position. We'll get a report on how he is and whether or not he'll return.
Miles Bryant takes his spot. And D'Amico Ryans, the outstanding. Rodgers, good protection. Pass too high for Gainwell, and he was covered well by Toho.
Or whether or not they're going to have the back. They split out Gainwell, and a good job defensively by the Texans, forcing the punt.
End over end punt. Fair catch by Jalen Knoll, and he hauls it in at the 10. So a couple of first downs for the Steelers. But they lost C.J. Stroud, their quarterback, for 3 games, out with a concussion. He has been nothing but excellent in guiding his team into the postseason all 3 years. He's been the head man.
No doubt. When you start the year off 0-3, boy, things look dire. With a lot of confidence.
They hand off to the rookie Woody Marks. And the 4th round pick from USC, able to pick up 5 on first down. C.J. Stroud, here is his season. You see those missed 3 games.
And he's picked it up. He'd like to have more contribution than what he's had, but this is a team that wants to run the football.
Sets up quick, and this one batted into the air, and down to the grass it goes. It was nearby, and Nico Collins, the target, slow to get up.
Well, you got Joey Porter. We're going to see a lot of this matchup with Porter on Nico Collins, but here's the difference. They had Chuck Clark, number 21, the safety, who was giving help to his.
Collins checks out on 3rd down and 5. Stroud steps up, floats it, looking downfield, and a diving grab by Kirk. Christian Kirk with a brilliant.
Like what we might see tonight, those make the difference.
Here's Nick Chubb. Not much. Stood up after crossing the line of scrimmage and got 2. T.J. Watt in there to make the stop. Look at the lineup. They've got a left tackle starting as a rookie. It's Ariante Ursary. He's done a nice job. He's on the sideline. Here's Marks. Stood up. And that's big Cam Hayward.
Handles the double team, and he's able to fight through that and then be right there to make the play on Woody Marks. Cam Hayward, coming off a huge game last week in that win against Baltimore, comes up with a big play there on Sunday.
Play clock expired, and that'll be delay of game. Unless a timeout was, and they're going to give it to him. And Craig Rolstad is finding that out right now.
Prior to the explanation of the play clock, timeout, Houston. This is the first charge timeout. This is the 32nd timeout.
He was dinged up with a calf injury. Brandon Eccles, their nickel corner. Terrell Austin is trying to figure out a way to make this drive for the Texans stop near midfield on 3rd and 6. So they didn't get the delay of game call, but they're going to be penalized 5 yards anyway.
False start. Offense. Number 77. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
11-year veteran right tackle Trent Brown.
Yeah, he comes in and allows 98% of the time. So he came into this game knowing exactly what he was going to be facing, trying to give himself an edge, and he comes out early.
Queen coming on a blitz. Stroud hurried on.
They bring the edge pressure off the slot as well. So you've got T.J. Watt, and then you've got Nichols as well, or Eccles, I'm sorry, coming off the.
And Austin waits for the punt. Townsend hits it short and out of bounds. So with an opportunity to pin Pittsburgh deep